Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to everybody all around the world, and thank you for joining us today for another Left 4 Dead 2 competitive shoutcast. My name is MK, I'll be your caster and cameraman for today, and I am not running solo, I am running with my co-caster, Nine. How you doing, my friend?
I'm doing great, MK. Finally getting to get some more Left 4 Dead 2 coverage. We're getting very deep into the Ying Chun Cup. Specifically, we are here at the semi-final of the lower bracket. Just double check. Yes, we've got one more match here, and then we will be seeing who will face off against Aqualax in the lower bracket finals. We are about to head into it with one ready up, but one thing that I want to mention and get out of the way before we get into the thick of it is that me in Dai has been in the losers bracket since round 2. So that really goes to show that being in the losers bracket is not a death sentence, at least not until today. We will see if they get taken out by the gang.
And without hesitation, they're going to go live, and we're going to have a tank at 48%. Opening attack will be Tricap with the boom. We're not going to have the jockey included in the first hit for the cappers, and they're going to send it. Hunter will find its destination. The charger comes in. I don't think got a fist at all, so it's not going to be much damage at all going out on the G4dyuka from me and Die. And we'll do a roster rundown from G4dyuka. We got Lion, NF, Gosu, and Urixis, which I believe Gosu is, actually, I'm not quite sure which one that is, but why don't you take away Med away for us?
For Med, you know them, you love them, Limpid and Alice. They are going to be joined by two relatively unfamiliar players, Ikura and Kiyomi. We'll see how they do. We can definitely depend on Limpid to be a good team leader, and Alice, a very strong name in the Chinese Left 4 Dead 2 community. We'll see how these other two relatively unknown members can deal, or if they can keep up their end of the deal, basically. And in fact, we are going to have Kiyomi, who, in my opinion, is the more unknown of the two, and he is going to be getting these dumpsters in. I wonder is no, I was wondering if that's maybe a sorry, but I don't think it is. And maybe someone in chat can weigh in, but regardless, he is walking it up. Not getting chip. I mean, they got as much as they could. G4dyuka gang there with the chip. But of course, these dumpsters are in position. It's great hittable control from Kiyomi so far. He's going to roll it straight in, immediately going for a smoke into a smack. But what an awkward hit from that. Fortunately, the Hunter will get him another corner charge, kind of in an awkward spot. The dumpsters are just being left to the wind because he will get a corner on Lion into the smoke. He goes for the dumpster on that, but of course the team is able to clear it in time. 700 HP left, and he does eventually go down after one more smack.
Yeah, so he gets a manage to get his own corner. He gets the end cap. The charger kind of died by himself to get a little fire off of him, pretty much. And then once the tank got his end cap, he was able to corral 2 more hits onto Rochelle. So not a bad opening tank coming out from the special infected. Maybe they might want it a little bit more. But he does put up about 140 some damage worth of punches from the tank. 2-2 following post tank. It's going to be Hunter and the jockey. And I don't think we're going to see any holding of this attack. Probably attack coming around the stairs. The opening tank is now dealt with now. And I would have to say, I think G4dyuka took it pretty well. But it is early. We'll have to see as they beat this corner attack for the stairs.
Okay, yeah, everything is spawning except for the boom, which is going to come from the side. Hunt does manage to land. He gets in there. Jockey even wins the 1v1 and keeps him in the side room. He will eventually get cleared there, but some good damage out of me and Die all the same. And another thing is, this will buy them plenty of time to get set up for this next area. G4dyuka gang is definitely not going to want to press forward at this point, and they are going to have to chill out inside the bar.
Yeah, pushing out. I mean, I don't know if they're going to. They might just... Yeah, they're going to try to bait this. I don't think this horde stops now. I don't remember. But we'll see. The Boomer's going to go in for a sack. Charger is spawned up, but not going. In fact, where is he? Oh, he's outside. And I think we're going to play a little waiting game. for Alice to come back in rotation, and then I think maybe they'll send it inside, or sit here and be patient.
Yeah, this is always an interesting song and dance here on Chapter 1 of Open Road. We do have the quad ready to go, MK.
It is, and actually this event does stop, so there'll be no commons on the transition outside. And it's just going to be the special infected against the survivors. And it looks like they're shopping. Ooh, they find pills. Okay. Bonus goes back over above 50%. 457 before quad attempt. This could be the last hit depending on how well it goes as well. All right, they're going to send it. Everything rockets in. Smoker, nothing. The charger is the only thing that finds a target. And even that is cleared. And that is less than a 3% damage quad. And they are on their way to make safe room. I don't even know if they'll get another hit now. It's going to be close.
Yeah, I mean, they're so fast. And the collateral charge is always such a sick piece of utility if you can get it with the quad. But unfortunately, the other piece is just not able to line it up. And in we go. Wait, Nicholas is making sure to cover. Just a double boom, but they will be able to mop it up. 420 bonus with the 400 distance. It is going to be, I think that should just be 820. Yeah, simple as that for G4dyuka Gang. And I got to say, it was a good tank for Kiyomi. I felt like Kiyomi did his job. That was a pretty impressive showing from him. But it is still going to be a strong scoreline for G4dyuka.
Sorry, folks.
Yeah, it definitely is. 820 is nothing to sniff at. 400 distance, 820 points. Not bad. Again, another co-caster in here for the Spanish community. And it looks like the ready-ups are starting to fly in pretty quickly. But before we get this other side here, now remember, the tank did manage to get an in cap. He didn't use a dumpster to do it. He managed to get 2 additional punches onto Rochelle from G4dyuka. So I would say that it's more than an average tank. It is a wide open area. See what G4dyuka could do with the hittables and try to mimic the same thing, or even maybe to get those dumpsters in play and get an in cap or two, maybe a wipe. And I'll tell you, if they do manage to get a wipe here, you don't want to go down a couple hundred points in this finale. I was saying it in chat and all. This is not the finale where you can make up points. It's very, very survivor-sided.
And one other thing that I want to remind the viewers is that, I mean, it's clearly listed, but it might throw you off guard. This is just a single campaign. I mean, we're getting very deep into Ying Chun Cup. We've got, I believe, right, 4 teams left. Osu, Aqualax, Me, and Dai, and G4dyuka Gang. And yet, we are only playing one campaign here. So, they've got to perform on open road. There is no bailout. And away we go. Me and Dai are going to be starting off their survivor side. Hunter, Smoker, Charger, Boom. Once again, for G4dyuka Gang, we'll see what they can do.
Survivors creeping up. They choose to take it wide. They do leave the tree spawns available for the Boomer and the Hunter. Smoker goes for the pole. Hunter goes simultaneous. Does not find a target. Boomer gets popped. Charger misses. And that is, looks like it's going to be a goose egg coming out from G4dyuka Gang. No damage after the first attack. Clean take, no. Clean take.
Yeah, I mean, like, that was a great shutdown. You're going to be expecting, I think people, I actually didn't see the channel points predictions. I would expect people to be putting their money on G4dyuka Gang if they could choose, but definitely strong, super early game performance by Me and Dai. They will get a little bit of jockey, eventually get Kiyomi down to 92, Alice down to 94, as well as a double boom.
All right, Dumpster. Oh, he doesn't hit that one very well. Oh, no, it's not going. It's not a good start to get both dumpsters in. Ooh. That one looks like it's going to be out. He's going for it. Oh, he has time. The dumpster's actually on the other side there. He can get this. Oh, I don't know. Let's see. Can it pop it over? I don't know. No, it has to go first shot if he wants both. I think he's good. I think he can get these both in.
I think so too.
Oh my goodness, no, look at this.
Wow.
Oh, that was close. Second one in, he's got both oh, no, maybe, no, he's got to abandon it. One dumpster, it's all he get. Gosu's in. He's down about 1,500 HP. Tries to bank shot it. 2 survivors up top. Oh, the Hunter lands. And he doesn't take the corner. He's banking on the
Yeah.
dumpster. That could come into play later. Dumpster's now out of play. Tank is at half HP. Charger is up. Smoker's up. Charger misses. This is not good for their tank. Ew,
Wow.
it was a good bank shot, but I don't think he's going to get anything. He's now alone. And that is going to be a no-hitter coming out. Maybe a rock. No, it is not. No, look at the bonus. 97.2, and the tank is dead.
Jeez, the SIs couldn't even get damage in there. This is horrific for G4dyuka Gang. And also, it's a very different shift as to approach of the tank. We saw Kiyomi get two pretty much perfect dumpsters, and they got very little play because the survivors were not able to get corralled into it, and he didn't play around that. Whereas the tank for G4dyuka Gang, which I believe was Noro there, goes to, I gotta cut myself off though, because look at the alternate path being taken by me and Dai. They're gonna wrap around the back of this building and start taking it up from this stairwell around the side. I mean, it's pretty similar. Hunter does manage to connect. Jockey's ready for the follow-up. Keep him in his spit. Gets him 2 away.
Ooh, look at that. No, it's a percentage. That is it. They are looking extremely healthy. If they can hold on to this, they will double the amount of bonus as far as, not the distance-wise, but as far as points you could put up with bonus and damage bonus. Look at that. 95% health bonus, 100% DB, 100% pills with an extra set of pills above them. Oh, they are looking good. Let's see what G4dyuka wants to do here.
Wow, it looks like they want to hit. This is a very strong hit, but it's a very tough place to hit at. And everything is absolutely mopped up as they just chill on top of the bar. 1 charge smack is what they're going to have to be happy with. They shut down the Hunter. They cut the tongue from the teammate. And they mop it up. Look at this. They have as much bonus as G4dyuka Gang had entire points. In fact, they have more bonus than G4dyuka Gang had entire points.
Yeah, and that is insane. They're going to have to try to get some damage value. Look at the tri-cap. There's no charger. Boomer incoming. Survivors running inside. Hunter gets blasted. Smoker gets the pole. They're getting damage on that. And that is going to be safe for made 1,212 points after 1 map. No, this is incredible showing right now from me and Dai. And I'm kind of flabbergasted with the amount of points they have.
Yeah, and I mean, this has just been an insane turnaround for me and Dai through Ying Chun Cup. They didn't even play round 1. They went into the upper bracket round 2, were immediately knocked into the losers bracket, and I was like, wow, what a fall from grace for this me and Dai squad who had such a strong performance. When I think back to the Magical Bamboo Cup, for example, they were like #1 top contender, especially for China. But pretty much the world over, it's a combination of, I believe, Amagami as well as Defy. I could be wrong on that.
No, you are correct.
Okay.
It is definitely Defy.
And watching this team early on in Ying Chun Cup, I was like, wow, this is rough. But now they're facing off against G4dyuka, and this first chapter was a slam dunk for them. This is a complete reversal for me.
Yeah, but now, as far as evaluating what the points we have, it's going to be me and Dai ahead with about almost 400. I mean, actually, I think it's a little bit less than that. Let's fix these scores. There we go. Okay. But now, anyways, Tank is going to be at 45%, so they got to go down the hole. So, no, there's going to be a decision to make here what the survivor's going to do. Are they going to be content with fighting this downstairs into the in the sewer, but the charger goes in, lands, gets melted, jockey lands in the spit? And they're going to try to sack the smoker in the back as soon as the survivor leaves the safe room. But the smoker is trying to die in the proper order. It needs to die like now. And he's going to hold, it looks like. This is interesting. They can't rush down the hole now. No, they could try to catch him on the way down.
Yeah. I think it's a good call by Lion for sure. They even get some good damage in, especially considering that spot. But this is really where the action starts to seriously heighten up as the Hunter is ready to pounce. Boom will get popped, but the smoke pounce is good. They clear the charge, eventually getting to the Hunter, and a couple more percentage sneaks by, but definitely not a meltdown here for me and Dai yet.
No, definitely not. And looks like they're going to be able to drop down. Tank is going to be... Joda keeps crashing, unfortunately.
Poor Joda.
Yeah, poor him not being able to get in there. But okay, this is going to be the second tank of the game for G4dyuka Gang into the hands of Urix. And look at this. They're going to stay here. There's nothing wrong with staying here and all, but here's the problem that I have with doing this. If you're going to bank on this, they're going to kill the jockey and the boomer probably to make sure they have a charger hunter and a smoker for the commit here, is they're all going to try to back up left. And if they do so, they're going to back up to one door where all three SI can kind of converge onto them at the same point. And the multi-charge happens and the cappers win. It could be disastrous for Med. So they're going to stay here. They're like, we're content with doing this. And all this could go south real quick. Let's see what he could do is when he decides to send it away. Take it for us when they're ready.
Okay. The Go-Go being called by his other teammates, and Erickson is going to decide to roll it in. They split to two. Charger on one end. Hunter ready to pow. Oh my god, that Hunter spawn. Smoke pool as well. This is just all over the place. Charge, everything does eventually get mopped up. Arcs is left with 2k HP as he does get the decommit with 1100 and a down onto Alice. And we do get a moment to breathe as Me and Die is going to try to finish off Arxis. Okay, he is able to get some side steppage here, preventing the pickup onto Alice. This is bought enough time for a Jockey Hunter boom hit. Ellis realizes it. Me and Die has to back up, finish off the Jockey. Can they get the boom without a pop? Yes. Everything dead. Tank AI, and they will eventually mop it up.
All right, let's do a point evaluation here now. They were down to like 93 or 94% when they spawned the tank. Let's see what they get when they pick up. It'll go down to 72. That's about, actually 70.2, so that's a 24% damage tank. That's a little bit above average. The only thing that's beneficial for G4dyuka is look at the spawn rotation they have. This is really good for the hole up top. Let's see if they can capitalize post-tank and try to put this game kind of in their favor when they go to the survivor side, but this choke point will say a lot now. This is difficult.
Definitely. Yeah, this is such an all or nothing choke point, it feels like. And we play the baiting game for the time being. The Spitter's already spawned in. We see the Charger ready to go with the Smoker directly behind him, ready for smoke charge perhaps, but the Hunter is just gonna, okay, wow, Charge does fight it into the spit. And the Smoker pull from the side. They will be able to mop that up as the spit not really covering the pipeline there. And it's still a good 10%er.
Yeah, they definitely needed that follow-up there, Nall. I mean, look at that. Now how 40% of the bonus gone. Looking a little bit better for G4dyuka, but they need to keep putting the pressure on. They have damage bonus open on Alice. Maybe that might be their focus. It is also 22% dug in already, so they've already targeted Alice, and it's just doubled up on pills, so the bonus goes down even more. And now it's coming up where the death charge possibility would be, but no, the question is, are they going to go for it or just go for damage? And if they don't get a lot of damage when they start this event, they could rush safe room.
Yeah, I'm wondering. I don't think G4dyuka Gang has an option here. The boom died, yes, but Me and Die is going to continue to take it slow, clear out the commons. They will be able to press it with 5 seconds left on Erics's spawn in. And yeah, he's going to get his spawn. It's not going to be the boom. And they will be very pleased with the Hunter Jockey Charger spit. This is a great choke point. And if anyone can do it, it's going to be G4dyuka Gang. But look at the clear on the Charger. Sure, they get some spit damage. Sure, they get some hunt damage. But we're still looking at 715 bonus. 1,300 points overall.
Yeah, and they do eat the pills, so that brings that attack up to about 9% now. But are they going to make it into the safe room quick enough? It looks like they're trying to. I don't think they get it. They have to spawn to slow them down. They're going to rush in. No, they're not. Oh, they're going for it. Charger. Can they delay? Oh, they'll get more damage. Not much more comes of it, though. Smoker. Oh, he gets another scratch. They'll get it below 50%. All right, but still, Me and Die puts up another 1,200 point chapter, 1256 to be exact, 2468 for 2. Impressive showing from Me and Die so far, putting pressure on G4dyuka Gang to perform here on chapter 2.
That's a lot of points. I mean, it's nothing that has my jaw to the ground, but it is definitely a great scoreline for Me and Die. We'll see how this first hit plays out for G4dyuka Gang. They're gonna be wanting to only take a couple percentage here, The thing is, they sent in the hit pretty aggressively before G4dyuka Gang could leave the Enclave. And I'm interested to see if that's what me and Dai wants it. Well, obviously, they've already waited long enough for that not to be the case. But they're still all positioned up above for the most part, which is interesting. But we'll see when they choose to send it. For the time being, Ellis just baiting out, and members of me and Dai not buying that.
Nope, they're being patient for sure. They do not want to bite on it. G4dyuka wants to remain as healthy as possible. Remember, if they put up 50% of the bonus here now, they don't make up any points, which is kind of wild to say.
Yeah. Yeah.
But that's just an impressive showing from me and Dai. They also knocked off Vaso de Leche last week. There's Charger that lands, and no slam comes out, but the smoker's cleared quickly. It's just going to be the charge spit, and they'll knock the bonus just down to about what G4dyuka took away up into the tank spawn. So Team MED will have the opportunity to kind of get a beneficial and even further the point delta. But G4dyuka's going to rush this hole, I think. They're not going to wait. And they're in. They got this.
They are.
Impressive there, Nah. Very impressive.
Yeah, that was great by G4dyuka. I was wondering if that was what they would try to do. Sure, they take a bigger hit than me and Dai, but they avoid the follow-up. They're still going to try to get a suboptimal one, me and Dai, as a climb up on the Charger, but it doesn't work out. The smoke can't pull down. This is so awkward. Charger eventually getting killed off. The Hunter is trying to get out. Oh, my God. Not the cleanest hit from me and Dai, but they'll take what they can get pre-tank.
And it looks like G4dyuka is going to also stay down here on the bottom now. This is interesting. They too are not going to wave the flag and back up. Now, this could go both ways. Remember, if they don't suffer an in cap and shut this tank down in spawns, they could even rush the hole. So there's a lot of opportunity here. They do have a Boomer. Boomer's probably going to go in for a sack real quick here. They're definitely going to want a capper. See where they can find a spawn for him. Yeah, he's just going to walk in from a mile away. No problem for the time frame. And now he'd be patient for spawns to return.
I do like the setup from G4dyuka Gang. You know, having to run down here, he takes so much chip as a tank, which is going to be in the hands of Alice. Another one of those just incredibly seasoned players who we are possibly going to get to see flex a bit. But I don't think the tank has that much room to flex on an area like this. It's going to come down a lot to the support, which we have a Smoker Jockey Charger. And he goes... Oh my God, charge comes out, eventually gets cleared. Look at the 1v1, no, Smoker's gonna get cleared out as well. Got the corner onto Rowe, gonna take a corner onto Coach now. Gets a double smack as Lion stands back up. Oh my God, and down goes Alice, one in cap.
Yeah, it's exactly identical now. Look at that. They're actually gonna be a little bit less in a good shape than me and Dai. Look at that. They're at 71.2. Me and Dai was at 70. So right now we have to call it like it is. And me and Dai is on top, and G4dyuka only has 10% to spare, or they're gonna go down even more after 2.
We have the boom here, which I think could be an interesting tool here for me and Dai. Yes, it's one less capper, but the boom can't. I was going to see it could be such a nuisance, or it can just miss as well. That's an option. And we're going to have 3 members of G4dyuka Gang just stacked up, trying to clear commons, and they all get up. Lion last one in. He dodges that charge somehow. The hunt spit is no good, and wow, that was kind of a nothing hit. It does amount to about 5%, but hey, G4dyuka Gang gets to continue on with just about all their life.
Yeah, and not only with all their life now, but they do have they find an additional set of pills, which gives them a couple of more points. They have about 7% in their favor now with 2 SI attacks to go. Actually, they're going to get 3. They're going to go quick here. The Hunter's probably going to land. The Spitter is not up. The clears are quick. Jockey gets shut down. Boomer's going to die last. They'll have good spawns for this. I think G4dyuka should push this issue without hesitation. Yeah. Oh, the Boomer lands?
Wow.
Ooh, that was close there, no. I don't know if it would have been a death or a hang, but looks like G4dyuka is going to push this button, and they're going to rush out. They do lose 2% to that, though. One thing we do note. I'm say they're just going to hold up here.
Yeah, this is a way better spot to be waiting for an SI hit than, you know, waiting to break down the wood over there. So me and Dai send it pretty aggressively. They get a little bit of damage, but they sacrifice a pretty important choke. That being said, they're definitely going to get to be able to cash in on this one. They're only going to get one unless all hell breaks loose. So I would appreciate a bit of patience here from me and Dai, but it is going to be the charge of Jockey Smoker Spit.
Yeah, there's a 400-point delta at one point right now. That was after one chapter. There was an 80-point delta right here. So they can gain 80 points of that 400 if they hold on to it. And not only that, Lion is now slow, so he could be the target of the SI. Not being fast, he is also separated. He is also not a shotgun player. He rushes in. Here come the spawns. Jockey is in. Charger is in. Charger finds the target. They get the charge spit. They don't clear it. And there it is. The round is now lost. And it's going to be another win for me and Dai, and they're going to go down a couple more points. Let's see what the evaluation is. It's going to be about 500 now.
Come on, people, come on, get in here.
And they don't stack on the slow survivor, they stack on a fast one. And let's see, 2036 to 2468, about 32 point delta. No.
One thing I want to mention is, me and Dai had a sick setup for a double spit there, but unfortunately the spit completely blew it. G4dyuka Gang does, you know, get by, scraped and bruised, but not double spat there at the end. We do head to Chapter 3 City, and I have a love-hate relationship with this chapter. I love to watch it. I hate to play it. It's a very finicky chapter. We've got the car. We got the car as well with this 30% tank. Maybe I actually don't know. I'm assuming both teams are going to want to bring this pretty much back to the safe room, but not sure. 2-2 on the first hit.
Oh man, what a pick on the spit. Somebody was ready for it.
Yeah.
Spitter gets nothing. Hunter just gets a damage. And let's see what's on the board. That's 3 damage. Actually, it says 5. Yeah, we got 5 damage on the board. Boomer slap. And the smoker got some damage, but 1%, that is it. And the tank is already going to be up.
Yeah. Wow, they're running it forward. Okay. What? Wow, they are going to take it up here. There are no cars to deal with. There's no shenanigans to deal with. It's all just going to be one small room. Wow. Okay, interesting decision by me and Dai.
Oh, look at that. If they were able to get a couple more damage on Alice, they could have had a 3-punch in cap. So we know who the tank can target, Alice or Kura. The other 2 survivors are 5 punches. It won't be a good play to go for them. So I think the smartest play and most value he can get is to go for a Kura, if I'm being honest. So, in theory here and all, if he does in-cap a Kura, due to him being 96 points, he'll get perfect damage going in, the maximum point value. If he in-caps Alice, he'll lose a little bit because the survivor will be at 7 HP when he gets in-capped instead of the other one at 24. So here we go. About to set it in. G4dyuka Gang Lion. He on his way in. They chip him down about 1,000 at the top of the steps. He gets his first punch. And he does go for a Kura. Hunter lands. They send support in. Charger misses. Punch City. He gets his in-cap. He switches. He's already dead now. Wow, what a shutdown from Med.
I really like. I mean, that. Don't get me wrong. That was very close to double cap. Very close to even a triple cap, which would have been a completely different story. But me and Dai basically says you're gonna need that double cap. You're gonna need that triple cap. Otherwise, this tank is gonna get shut down. And we're feeling very confident in our SI clears, and it paid off. Another hit comes in. Hunt spit gonna be the attempt. No good. Hunt will land. Smoke will land for a brief moment, and boom, gets popped onto one. 941 bonus left from me and Dai. Post tank, sure, they sacrifice Akura, but it could have been a different story if they took it somewhere else than there.
Yeah, I mean, it's such a risk to play it in a room like that. You give the tank his corner for free.
Yes.
And they've killed him when he just got his first in cap, which is extremely impressive. Horde is still coming. Spawns are up. Here it goes. Hunter, spit in. Jockey in the spit. This is good follow-up damage coming out from G4dyuka Gang, and now they officially drop down 40%. But the crazy thing is, Null, is look at the map progression. 73% of the way through the map already, and they're almost at safe room.
They are definitely holding W. They're going to get through here. There is an awkward kind of climbing. And no, not yet. We're not quite there. But okay, wow. A Hunter does spawn in, just hopping around, maybe trying to slow down the survivors. Because we are right here. Boom over, finds one, charge. We'll get a smack and a smoke. Wow, and they're in the safe room.
Yeah, I don't think they get another one, no. There's no time.
Yeah.
And they are going to walk in with 56% of the bonus again. Over about 50%. And we'll put G4dyuka on the wall. I don't think this jockey gets to do anything. No, they're in. And look at that. 3,816 for 3 maps. Wow, impressive.
Yeah, unrelenting survivor point accumulation from me and Die, basically saying the best you can do is maybe get back 100, 200. Otherwise, you're going to be going deep down into that hole. And we don't have a ton of campaign left to play out here. Don't have a ton of more opportunities to get point lock-ins. So, yeah, the Yuka Gang is definitely going to need to make this survivor side count. Obviously, if they could get a no-hitter like me and Die was able to get on Chapter 1, that would be sick. They're not going to be able to do that if they have the same philosophy as me and Die does to this tank. We'll just have to see what they go with. And the first hit, could we see the same aggression? No, they are going to be allowed to walk out.
Interesting. I think G4dyuka wanted a chance for a second hit, but through the tank at that early, I don't think you're going to be able to get it. So let's see if Team Me and Die did a wise decision on letting G4dyuka come out of the safe room, cleared out the commons, see if it's beneficial for them. Here they send. Nice ski coming out there. Jockey doesn't find a target. Oh, he stumbles him in the spit, and they're in the spit. Oh my gosh, that is already 10%. No, not a good start for G4dyuka at all whatsoever. There's still common damage going out from the boom. Me and Die has come to play.
The spit is blocking, making them wait. Wait, we got the spawner on the alarm card? No way. This smoker's not going to do it. Oh my god, he's going to try. Okay, they are going to be able to cut the tongue, run inside. Let's see what Me and Die does.
Yeah, they're going to stay inside too. This is interesting now. So they're going to yield a free corner too. Oh man.
That's what it looks like.
And Me and Die did a phenomenal job at this, but here he goes. He's making his way up the stairs. Is he going to slow down? His spawns are up. Does he need to sack? Yes, he does. They'll kill that boomer for sure before they choose to send this in. No boom. And now we will wait patiently for Alice to return. And remember now, they have only managed to get 1 in cap. This tank did get no extra hits on the other side. Just 4 punches.
Yes. And also, I mean, G4dyuka Gang, 68 HP, 65 HP, and a 95 HP player as well. That first hit was so damn impactful for this tank because they only got 1 shot at the pre-take damage. In goes Akura immediately. Gets a corner onto Erxus as the two of them pop their pills prematurely, just in preparation. In goes the hit with the almost in cap, but Erxus is still alive and he gets a skeet and the instant clear. The tank is still hunting them down, but he dies off of that 1 HP from the pill pop from Erxus. Bought so much for this G4dyuka Gang squad.
Yeah, and they have already lost the round. No, they have lost the round already. They are minimum is they're going to go down another 200 points. So their 400 point and change down is going to be about 600 points and change down if they hold on to this. That's if they hold on to this.
Yeah.
Over with a little bit less than half the map to navigate.
2-2. But if Me and Die wants to be patient with it, it will be inside the diner. It looks like they don't want to be patient, though. I mean, a rooftop hit could certainly be What the doctor ordered here, G4dyuka Gang, it looks like they want to go up top, but could just be using the railing as an anti-spit tool. In comes the boom, just going to be a single. Hunter hopping through, making a double. Hunter able to connect with the boom stumble. Charge comes from the side, but the side step from Ellis is disgusting, and they do ultimately use the railing to prevent further spit. But look at Ellis being left to fend for the comments. Okay, he will get through.
Yeah, but he is left behind, like you said. It looks like they're waiting for him. They'll be able to get out the window. So, okay, at least they're going to be able to get out and only have to take one more set of spawns before they make it to the safe room. But they're still going down a couple points. Maybe they can get some pills found and boost up their bonus just a little bit. But here comes what could be the last attack. Jockey coming in from the back. Not able to find a target. The smoker gets cleared. Hunter looking for a target. Doesn't find one either. They take it pretty clean. So it'll be another 200 Delta, and that is safe room made. I don't think they'll be able to hit on Neuro in the back with the spawn timers out. Even Alice at 6 seconds won't be able to get in there, I think. Ooh, it's going to be close.
Safe house. Let's go.
Nah, I think they're good. Yeah, get in, and safe room made.
Yay.
All right, 38-16 to 31-60. No, G4dyuka only has 2 chapters left. They need to make up some points for just a sliver of opportunity to make a comeback.
Finale, we've seen some finales here on Open Road. That much is for sure. Right outside the safe room, players getting lost. Players getting hit for 30% of the bonus as they walk out the safe room. The issue with the Open Road finale, of course, is like actually being able to get the bonus into the safe room. But if they can get a really early shutdown and then the other team can survive a tank, maybe 2, then they can still get some good points via distance alone, a good few hundred. So that being said, if G4dyuka Gang continues to backslide, this is not going to be possible for them. So they got to find it here on Chapter 4. Me and Dai is going to be leaving the safe room. G4dyuka Gang, boom, hunt, smoke, spit. They do get the boom pre-spawn. We'll see if he can find that boom. Oh, yes he will.
Yeah, and that'll just cause a delay, I believe. Hunter finds a target, pound spit, reboom, pull back into the spit. Okay, wow. Good follow-up. Surprise! Oh, look at the boomer! Scratching Limpid.
Yeah.
And that's pretty good damage from a 2-2. But not only is it that though, now, but this early tank is so difficult to get damage in.
If the Survivor team plays it properly, NF is going to be extremely, extremely hard pressed for damage. We can cover exactly why once they start running it back. But in the meantime, it is one final big hit for G4dyuka Gang. Charger, Jockey, Hunter, Spit. As they approach the house, they are going to be ready to rip it. Hunter from behind, hopping around, slowing them down, giving them information that at least one SI is coming from the back area, but the rest of them will be jumping over the house. It looks like as the charge drops down, starting to reposition. Maybe Charge wants to hit on the run back there. I don't know what's... Okay, Charge is going to go for a long charge to nowhere. Hunter hopping around. Okay, interesting hit, to say the least.
Bit delay. Here is... This could be the final tank of the game for G4dyuka Gang into the hands of NF. As he kills his AI spitter, which... I think keep your AI spitter, NF. You never know.
You do never know.
You never know. You can commit with 4. The AI spitter comes in and you have a corner and you can spit on it. But never kill your spitter, guys. Especially during tank. If it's AI, let that spitter roll. Yep. Good route by NF to keep frustration. Unfortunately, you can't keep rage with this tank, so they're just going to be able to... Interesting. They killed Jockey. I don't know if I agree with that.
I mean, Jockey's a great tool here. They don't want it, though. I mean, if you look around at this area that me and Dai is going to be sitting in, we've got, like, a tree And we've got a little bit of foliage that they could try to spawn behind, some bushes or whatever. Maybe that truck over there as well. I mean, the SI support is severely needed, and they're gonna roll it in, take this one away. MK, G4dyuka Gang needs this so bad.
Here he goes. The smoker misses the charger throw. They throw their SI in right away. I don't get this. Now they leave NF by himself.
Yeah.
He's got to chase Limpid down. He's not going to be able to do it. He misses a punch. This was a complete misplay by G4dyuka, and this is probably going to be a no-hitter from NF. He's desperately trying to hold on. He's got 5%. It just went AI. Oh, no.
Oh.
And that is nothing. Charger is dead. And no, what do you think?
I think there's a 12-21 bonus still on the board is what I think. That was crazy. I do understand what G4dyuka Gang is thinking. They're like, you know, this tank is, well, literally what we just saw is going to happen if the support doesn't come in. But at the same time, the support didn't find a way in. And by sending it early, it's way, way worse to miss. Even worse to miss than otherwise if you had held it. At least, you know, if you got it in the pocket, it's putting on the pressure like they could spawn in. But if they've already spawned in and died, you know they're not coming back. The Hunter trying to get in there. Jockey, I mean, they can't get in. Maybe a scratch from the Jock, and that's it. They do dip below 90%, but not particularly a large feat by G4dyuka Gang.
Yeah, look at that 89.5% bonus. That tank is a real rough one to play, though. No, I mean, if it's wide out in the open, the survivors kited him around. I think the Hunter was a little premature. I like the idea of what he wanted to do, but he couldn't let the tank get there fast enough to get a couple of punches in. The Charger missing pretty much solidify it. Nice charge. No slam. Boomer goes in, dies. Boomer should not die second here. They need to kill the other cappers first. Boomer trying to stay alive. And now they could die. Smoker in the back.
Wow.
And okay. Hunter Charger Jockey Spitter coming up. Good sack order. That was pretty much the only good thing that came out from G4dyuka in this whole chapter so far.
Yeah, I mean, it does show that they're not just, like, running it down, which is a good thing, but they have got to get this picked up because, again, we're seeing me and Die give them no window, give them no rope to try to, you know, come back up this cliffside that they are currently dangling from. They've got one, you know, small branch out from the cliff that they're all four collectively holding on to, saying, please, help us, and me and Die is like, nah. So we got a Jockey, Spitter, Charger, Hunter. Great hit for G4dyuka Gang. They have to find something here.
Yeah, it's an understatement. They need to find collateral charges. They need to secure the other two survivors to get a bold charge in the spit. That will probably break the bonus in half. That's their best option. The Charger does not find a target. The Jockey was a little late. Hunter gets skeeted, and it just looks like the SI for G4dyuka are just not syncing up right now. And I believe this is going to be close to 5,000 points for 4 maps. It's going to be a little shy. We're going to see 4,000, about 900. Let's see what the tally comes up to. Oh my goodness, I was wrong. 5,512. Oh, what did we just witness?
What a phoenix from the ashes moment for me and Die here. The struggles very apparent from early on. I had serious concerns about this team. I wondered if me and Die was perhaps just a bygone era, short-lived from the success they found in Magical Bamboo Cup. But look at the turnaround, fighting literally in the losers bracket. They got sent there right away by a fellow team, others, the Chinese squad. But you know what? Let's put the lineage on the hold. Because we have got the hit ready to go. Smoker, Hunter, Boom, Spit, ready to go for me and Die. And they don't have a lot of work to do, MK. They just need to play well and make this finale an impossibility. Still waiting it out. Ellis walking through. Smoke Tongue, no good. The one-shot ski to kill me. And the Spit comes out onto nothing. Beautiful first take by G4dyuka Gang.
Yeah, that's exactly what they needed, but more importantly so, the tank needs to be shut down without any damage, so we can continue to seeing how close it'll still be upon the tank's death. or upon the survivor's death. We'll have to see what happens, really. But no, it's very rare to see a wipe with this early tank on open or an open road on map 4, wide open area. And just look what happened to G4dyuka's side. Good example.
Right. And they go. Oh, Jockey lands. Oh, the chart. Oh, wow. The mopping up. Triple boom. But yeah, I mean, the one thing that you really have to hand it to G4dyuka gang on is, despite having pretty lackluster SI sides, they've always been able to flip over to the survivors, switch back over, and get in some good points on their end as well.
Bad Yuga. Chat's wildin'. But alright, there. This tank is being in pursuit of the survivors, but no, this is going to show everything we got here. Remember, they killed this tank and still had 90% of their bonus.
Yeah.
Which is very, very challenging to do. And they just killed Smoker, so they're going to go with a Jockey, Hunter, and the Charger instead of the Smoker combo. Remember, they had the Smoker upon the commit on the other side, and it did not work. Smoker missed the pole.
Interesting rocket attempts from Limpid here.
Remember, Finale Knowledge only worth 600 distance.
Okay, I'd forgotten about that. But in rolls Limpid. He's already 3K. SI's being conservative, much more conservative than G4dyuka. In they go. Charge will get chip leveled by Inepa. Double cap on the sideline. Can Limpid cover this, though? Look at the Jockey. He's just going to walk into a corner. Well, we had the corner. And then, oh, the rock into the smack. Oh, trying to get the 1-2. Can't quite get it, but look at Lion. Look at Arxis. They've got to pop their pills. They go 65.7% of the bonus, and they've already lost this chapter by a couple hundred points.
Yeah, it's already 200-point delta, which means if they hold this, now they're going to go down about 800 going into the finale, and the finale's only 600 distance, so I think we're going to see the exit of G4dyuka gang and team Me and Die, like you said, from week 1 in the loser bracket, fighting their all way to the finals. Charger lands, Spit is overshot, but gets a couple of dings. The bonus still at 60%, double boom, good sack order. But, again, no, Me and Die fighting all the way through the loser bracket to get to the loser bracket finals next week if they can hold on to this, barring some kind of catastrophe, and finale is called. They locked it in.
Yes, we'll have to see. Can Me and Die put that possibility out of its realm, or will it be squarely within that realm once G4dyuka crosses the finish line? We'll have to see. It is a quad for Me and Die, as G4dyuka gang very split as they approach 2-2. They will be able to keep that 2-2 charge. Leisurely stroll through. They land a 2 on the back line. It's going to be some great damage. Around the tree is the Jockey, and bonus continues to drop.
Not only that, they exhaust all the pills, no? Lion has to eat pills to be fast. He has no choice. That is all 120 points worth. Okay, they find one extra set, so they get 30 more points. But they should be able to get over the choke point. 28% of the map less, probably 2 hits. And look at the delta already now. It's about 400 plus. There's no way they call finale now. No way. Look at the separation. Lion doesn't eat the charge, but eats the Jock. Gets fisted a couple times. He is now slow. Further damage bonus goes down. He's going to have to eat pills to be fast. They pass it to Lion. Lion eats them. And they're along the way. And this is going to be the last hit no matter what, I believe now. I don't think they're going to get another one. And the wild thing is they're going to put up 4,000 points and it ain't going to be even close to enough. That's wild.
Yeah, that is crazy. It's survivors on both sides putting up insane point totals. Smoke pull, Jockey and 2 away. Hunter does briefly land. Rowe getting assaulted here on the sidelines, but will try to make it through the common lock in the Spit. It's still going to be 1,000 points for them overall, but I'm with you, MK. I think this is going to be the GG call. They walk it into the starry room as Rowe. Okay, let's see what they do.
Oh, you got stuck. Let's see if they try to play it or they call GG. Charger comes in. Nothing. Jockey gets a scratch. They're in the safe room. They might do a little evaluation on the Moids. Nope. It's GG. And that will be Me and Die getting the victory over G4dyuka gang. 5,512 to 4,212. GG, no. GG.